would not make this up. And so I wait until 10 o'clock, which is really 9 o'clock Chicago time. And I call back, and I dial the number. And the phone has this weird, now I can take my ear away from it, I dial it again, and it makes this weird noise, and it's like I can hear a voice saying, if dial this, or press that, or press this. And I already know you don't press 0, because that just gets you lost in the zone. I press the number 6, I'm not kidding. And the next thing I hear is, hello, this is Colleen. And I said, hi, is this the University of Chicago? Yes, University of Chicago Medical Center, the Discovery Center. I said, I'm trying to find Dr. Jeevanandam, Dr. G. And I said, yes. I said, is he in the country? She goes, that's an odd question. I said, I know, but the website says he traveled all over the world fixing hearts on really sick people. And I want to know, is he in the country? She goes, excuse me, who am I speaking with? I said, hi, my name is Carolyn. I'm from Maryland. I'm in ICU with my husband. He has ventricular tachycardia. He's ejection fraction of 15. And I run down all these stats. And she goes, whoa, hold on. What is it exactly that you want? I said, my husband needs to see Dr. Jeevanandam. He needs to see this man, and I need to know what I need to do so that we can get there. You just tell me what you need. And I said, she goes, ma'am, I don't know how you got this number, but I'm Dr. Jeevanandam's assistant. She said, I'm his bad assistant. He's right here. She said, wait, you can't do that. Who gave you this number? I said, nobody gave me this number. She said, well, it stands to reason. She said, this is a brand new hospital. We only opened our doors less than 2 months ago. She said, our phones are so messed up. She said, but anyway, what is it that you think you want? I said, we need to see Dr. Jeevanandam. I need to know what I need to do to get my husband there. She said, ma'am, it doesn't work this way. She said, you can't just call. There's hospital protocol. There's insurance protocol. She said, he has to be qualified. She said, first of all, we have to assess him to see if he can even come there. I said, please tell me what you need. Tell me what you need so that I can send it to you. She said, you can't do this. She said, ma'am, it doesn't work this way. I said, did you say your name was Colleen? She said, yeah. I said, Colleen. I remember my mother saying, ask what you want, ask the right person, ask nicely, and he was too small to get. I said, I can tell you have special powers. You are his assistant. Somehow I got you. I said, if you will tell me what you need, what the documents are. I said, I live in the ICU with my husband. I said, I have already met the ladies down in the records department, and I will tell you, I have already greased them with Starbucks, buns and coffee and mugs, as I was trying to get paperwork together just in general. Those women knew me initially when they would come in, they would give me that serious side eye. Now when I walk in, they go, oh, Miss Carolyn, how you doing? I'm like, right, because I'm in Baltimore, right? It was amazing. So these women already knew me. I had already gifted them up. They just knew me by name. So I said, tell me what you need. She said, ma'am, it wouldn't do any good. She said, this is not a process you can do on your own. And these kinds of things take months. I said, my husband is on Milner and drip. He doesn't have months. I said, they told me he has 1 to 3 months. I don't want to say it because I don't want him to hear that. She said, do you have an email address? I said, an email address? I have a cell phone? She said, I don't want all that. Give me your email address and I'm going to send you an email. She said, but I'm telling you, it's about 23 different documents. I said, just tell me what you need. She gave me that list. I ran downstairs. I met with those ladies. I said, ladies, whatever you need to do. I said, I need you to use your superpowers. If y'all need to go out and get lunch, I'll get it. I need all these documents. They got them for me. They made copies for me, and they didn't even charge them because I told them a doctor was requesting them. I took those things. I walked 6 blocks in Baltimore over to a FedEx center where I made a set of copies for myself, and then I faxed everything over to Colleen. I got back, and I waited at the hospital, and I tried to call her, and I said, I sent you everything. She said, we're starting to receive the papers. And she said, we'll have to call you later. She said, but I'm telling you, this is such a long shot. She said, I feel like I'm wasting your time. I said, it's okay, waste it. I need to do something because this can't be it. This can't be the end of it. So we go to bed, we wait, and so my husband, I'm pacing, and he's like, you just need to calm down. He said, everything doesn't work out the way you think it was. I said, honey, it's okay. I said, you just rest. Let me turn this up, please. Judge Judy, let me turn this up. Because don't rain on my parade. I already talked to this woman. She sent me a link. So then I get a phone call at 6:45 our time, 6:45 their time. It's Colleen. And she goes, hey, Carolyn. She's calling me by name. I'm like, okay, I'm in there. Yeah. So she said, there's 5 documents that we're missing. And I said, no, I sent you everything that the records department has. She said, no, there are 5 critical pieces. She said, your husband's in ICU? I said, yes. She said, okay, it's on the floor with him. She said, there's a floor nurse. Go and introduce yourself to the floor nurse and tell her you need these particular documents. I said, okay. She said, you can get them. She said, believe me, I know you can get them. So I went and I found the floor nurse, and I went over, and now I'm walking. ICU, the doors have glass. Come out, and I see this lady. I say, hi. I can see her. Hi, and whatever her name was at the time, I don't remember. I said, I need to get 5 documents for my husband. She says, excuse me? Is a doctor ordering these? I said, no. I said, you have particular records that I absolutely need. I said, I'm my husband's healthcare agent. I said, you see through that glass right there in that room? That's him in ICU. I'm going to need these 5 documents. She said, well, I just can't give them to you. I said, well, maybe let me just say this. Whatever your name was that I can't remember right now. I said, what you don't understand is these are our records. The hospital manages them for us. So I'm not really sure who you need to talk to, but within the next hour, I'm going to need them. So I'm going to go back in that room. If you need anything from me, just call. And I think you all have my cell number, but it's Mrs. Howell, and I'm coming up right there. In like 15 minutes, she came in with the paper. I ran downstairs, and I borrowed a fax and faxed them over. I didn't hear anything from Colleen that evening. The next morning, we get a call at 9:45 that Dr. Jeevanandam wants to send his private plane to pick my husband up. I am in shock. I am telling Ben, and let me tell you, from 2006 up until that point, I had never cried. I didn't have time to cry like, oh my God, my husband died. I didn't have time to do any of that. I needed to listen. I needed to find out everything that was wrong with him and what I could do. I needed to know every one of his medications, when he needed to take it, what interacted with what gave him a bad reaction. I didn't have time to do any crying, but that particular day when I went in there, I said, honey, Chicago, they just sent a private plane for you. I couldn't believe it. I started crying. He starts crying. We're in there having this love fest, and in the door comes the doctor, Dr. Shaw. Mrs. Howell, what is going on? I just got a call from transportation. We have been notified that Mr. Howell is being transferred. No one has talked to me. So she is the chief of staff, and I don't make enemies. Mama said it's too small in here to fight. She said, find a way to get along. She said, ask for what you want, ask nicely. I said, Dr. Shaw, I am so sorry that I didn't get in touch with you. When you informed me on a Saturday, which Lennox is on, but you informed me on Saturday there was nothing else that you could do for him, I knew that I had to do this on my own. She's like, well, could we at least have an opportunity to talk further? I said, I think that would be prudent. I think that's the first time I ever used prudent when I was talking about it. I said, I think that would be prudent. She said, well, we'll come back here at 6 o'clock this evening and we'll bring your regular doctor, Dr. Feller. I said, great, because I already texted Dr. Feller to let her know what's going on. Long story short, when we got there that evening, Dr. Feller talked with us. And Dr. Feller knew this other doctor. As a matter of fact, 15 years ago, at that time, Dr. Feller had learned to do her first heart transplant from this genius that I had accidentally contacted, but never thought to share that information with me. So she said, Carolyn, let me tell you this. If they fly Ben in, they're going to fly him in. He's in such poor condition that they're going to give him a left assist device, but because the right side of his heart is so damaged, it won't work. And they'll put him on so many blood thinners that it'll be impossible to give him a heart transplant. She said, he's starting to respond to the melanoma. Take him home and get to Chicago on his own steam. Let him walk into that doctor on his own steam. So that's what we did. We got him home. He was getting a little bit better every day. I mean, I'm saying better he went from critical to doing okay. So the melanoma was in a purse. It ran 24 hours a day on him. It was like he had this man purse, this man bag that he was carrying around. But we were excited, but my husband never gets too excited about things. He doesn't have to because I have enough for all of us. So on May the 1st, we drove, my son-in-law, my son-in-laws, my daughter, my children, we all drove to Chicago. We were packed in a van like sardines. We did not care. We were so afraid that he was going to die on the way there because his defibrillator, his heart did race a couple times on the way there. We just thought, I'm like, don't let him die on this barren road in the middle of the same what soon. So anyway, we get there. We're supposed to meet with Dr. Jeevanandam at 9:30 in the morning, but we can't because somebody else had a crisis, so we got backed up. We don't meet up with him until 12 o'clock. In walks this amazing man. I call him Batman. I call him Superman. This man's amazing. He's a tremendously tall, thin, kind doctor. And he walked in and he said, Mrs. Howell, I understand you've been in touch with us. And I said, yes. He said, I've gone over everything. He said, Mr. Howell, I don't have any beds right now. He said, I think I can make you feel better and I think I can help you. He said, I want you to go. He said, have a nice lunch. Just stay close by. He said, I'll talk to you by the end of the day. He called us 9 o'clock this evening. They had a bed. So on May 1st of 2013, my husband was admitted to the University of Chicago. By May the 3rd, they had approved him for a heart transplant. They had done all the testing necessary, which is the fastest qualification in the University of Chicago history. Up to that point, I didn't check the day before I said this to you, but up to that point, on May the 7th, they put a balloon inside his heart that took us out of regular ICU and put us into turbo ICU. So he had a balloon in his heart, and now I went from being in the Center for Discovery into this. The room was like this big, so if I had a bad chair before, I had a bad nightmare chair this time. But the doctors and the nurses and everybody there was so kind. So on the 7th of May, 2013, he was one of the top 10 people on the heart transplant list. One of the 10 most severely ill in that region. So what that means is the heart, I didn't know, I thought when you had to get on the waiting list, it's like when you wait at the bank, it's when your turn is your turn. But you get treated according to whoever is the sickest. So, long story short, May the 10th, 4 o'clock in the morning, they bust into our room, and I'm thinking there's a terrorist attack, and we are evacuating Chicago. And they said, we have a heart. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding. They said, no, we have a heart. Someone else refused it. It's exact Mr. Howell. We're going to be operating on him at 8 a.m. I called my daughters. I said, get to BWI. By the time you get there, I'll have you on Southwest. I'm getting tickets. It doesn't matter what they cost. Get here. They found a heart for Daddy. So just imagine. May 1st, we meet the doctor. May 3rd, he's qualified. May 7th, he is number 10 on the heart transplant list. And on May the 10th, he got a heart transplant.
That's my birthday.